Hey guys, it's Mia Redrick here, the Mom Strategist. Now, I'm just doing part 2 today of why you might be stuck. What I've covered already. Hey there guys, what I've covered already is number 1, maybe you're not teachable or coachable. Maybe you're not teachable or coachable. If you haven't heard number 1, you need to catch the replay for number 1, all right? Number 2 is maybe your attitude stinks. That might be a reason why you are stuck. I broke it down on the very first scope, guys, so make sure you catch the replay. Number 3, maybe you are investing. Maybe you invest, but you aren't implementing. And the reason that you're stuck is because, you are looking at every other person. You come up with every other excuse, every other situation, instead of understanding that the reason you're stuck is because you've made investments, maybe in coaching, training, teaching, but you aren't doing anything with what you have. And that is the number 1 reason why a lot of people are stuck. They make investments. That's what I see often, and they don't do the work. And if you're not doing the work, it's likely a reason that you aren't stuck. So thank you so much for those of you who've come back. Again, I'll just recap real quick. Number 1, you might be stuck because you're not teachable, you're not coachable. You're that person that says, yeah, but to your teachers. Maybe you struggle learning from, or you resent people who have a certain amount of success because you feel like it reflects on you in a certain way. Or maybe you're dealing with your own guilt around being successful, and you might be stuck around that too. You just want to keep it real. You know what I'm talking about. Or number 2, maybe it's that you're stuck because your attitude stinks, and that means that the way that you are filtering what is said, how it's said, and the meaning of things is skewed in some way. And if that's true, then that's likely a reason that you are stuck. Be sure to check out the first audio. Okay, and number 3 is that maybe you are stuck because you are making investments in teachers, trainers, coaches, but you don't implement, all right? And when you don't implement, you make other people wrong, or you might even be that person that you've got situational problems. You're like, it was too cold where I am. It was too hot where I am. It wouldn't matter what you said, but you blame the situation on everything that's not happening on situations, or maybe even your family, but you forget to hold yourself accountable and understand the reason you're stuck is because you're not doing the work. You're not heavy lifting. I just want to break that down. Or maybe you are stuck because you didn't make an investment in yourself, in your goals, in your dreams, and you've been trying to figure it out by yourself for so long, and you're wasting everybody's time and everyone's money. I just want to keep it 100% for everyone out there. You've been wasting everybody's time and money because you won't make an investment in a solution that can really support you. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, and some of you guys have been doing this thing zigzag for a long time. Check your results, okay? And where I left off is number 4. All right, number 4, which is, the reason that you might be stuck is you've been playing, thinking, acting small so long that that bigness makes you uncomfortable, all right? And that might look like, your associations, hanging with people who've got big ideas, or having been a part of a community. You might be uncomfortable around bigness. And I've seen this happen often with people who've been playing so small for so long that when they step into a relationship, a community, with other people who are, hey there, darling, when they step into a relationship with other folk who represent for them bigness, they really shrink, and they find themselves shrinking even bigger in terms of their opinions, their actions, because they are so used to smallness, and that might be a reason why you're stuck. And I just wanted to break that down so that if in fact it was something that was happening for you over and over again, that you could see yourself in it. Because sometimes the people that love us the most, right, they cannot tell us because we'll get offended. But I think it's really important to understand that if you have been associating with people, let's say, are negative, or people who don't talk about ideas, big ideas in particular, when you get around people, you think you've got a big dream, and you get around somebody that's got a super huge, gigantic dream, you've got to have the esteem to be able to match playing with giants. And I just want to say that when you are hanging out with people who are giants, who have a gigantic vision for their life, they talk big, they make big big moves. They make bold claims. And if you are operating from a place of insecurity, trying to elevate your association, but you haven't elevated your mind, it becomes difficult to hang around other people who are big, all right, who are giants, all right. And I just want to call that out. Number 5, another reason that you might be stuck is that maybe you are living for the opinions of others and you're struggling with trusting yourself. You know, if you've listened to what other people have told you to do so much that you no longer can hear your own voice, it is likely the reason that you're stuck. I will tell you that great entrepreneurs trust themselves. And if you're feeling in some way insecure about executing on your dream or moving forward or trusting to know that you can absolutely do it. Thank you, Jermaine. That you can absolutely do it. It's likely because you've spent the last few years listening to the opinions of others and weighting those opinions higher than your own. And the only way that I know to fix that is just to fix it. You just got to go out there and you got to do one thing that you just totally said, I'm not going to check the results. I'm just working on building that muscle of trust within myself, and it will allow you to get stronger and stronger in that area. If you are stuck, you keep waiting, you can't send an email before you ask someone a question, you can't, pick up the phone and make a call or do what you need to do because you don't trust yourself. I'm telling you, it's a muscle you need to build. It also really indicates to me as a coach that you need to be working on your inner game, your mindset. You need to be reading and doing some self-work so that, you can really show up powerfully in your life. All right, number 6, the 6th reason that I wrote down why you might be stuck is that maybe you're taking advice from people who are not in a position to advise you. I'm sorry, but so many of you guys, you know what? You give people the floor on your A team, they're your top advisors, and they just really are not in a position to advise you about what you need to do. And, and sometimes it's why none of my friends are my counsel. I have my team, I have my advisors, I have my coaches, people who really see the dream that I have, and their goal is to elevate that dream and with strategies on how I can execute that. I'm not going to my friends that, I like to swim with and saying, hey, what do you think about this squeeze page? No, that's not what they do. I'm going to take it to the experts. And a lot of you guys on your top team, your top advisors, you're asking people who have no business to have any business telling you what you need to be doing in your business. I hope that makes sense. So, you're asking people for advice when really that's not where they belong. You need to be speaking to people who have advice, who have solutions, who have a proven track record of success to really support you with getting the results that you want. And that's likely why you're stuck because, you get advice from people, you get what you get. And don't get upset if you're not going to be discerning about the kind of advice that you want. You are going to be confused. You are going to be stuck because your goal was never to be unstuck to begin with. All right. It's like talking to pigeons when you are an eagle. Exactly. And you don't know that you're an eagle. So you're talking to pigeons and expecting to soar. And it just is not going to happen. I'm just going to break it down. All right. Number seven, the 7th reason I wrote that you might be stuck is that maybe your ego is just too fragile and that's you struggle with correction. So let's be clear that in order for us to grow, no one knows everything. No one knows everything. Well, maybe Oprah knows everything, right? But she's got a great team and she takes great advice. But the fact of the matter is sometimes people, their egos are so incredibly fragile and they feel that being vulnerable, asking for help, admitting what they don't know is a sign of weakness instead of understanding that, it's a sign of strength. And the reason that you are stuck is because you are trying to act like you already have something. And as a result of that, you're never going to get what you need. See, if you walk around acting like you already have something, no one's going to give that thing to you. And you got to get over yourself and stop pretending. I meet so many people who are so, they have this illusion of what success looks like what it means to be a 6-figure and beyond entrepreneur. And they're more committed to dressing and looking and talking like that entrepreneur than doing the work around it because their egos are fragile. See, if you wanted to back it up, you had to tell somebody what you do not know so that you can get to where you want to be. You know what? I wear my t-shirts. I have my Try t-shirt on today, right? But I wear my t-shirts every day. I have nothing to prove. I'm free. I'm free. I own my time. I don't have to pretend. I'm not trying to dress up and pretend for you guys like my life is good. My life is good. And therefore, I'm not concerned about pretense and illusion and trying to make people think something that isn't real is real so that I can feel like better about that, because that's like called like a lot of work. And I want to call that out because the reason that you're stuck is because you are more committed to the illusion than the reality. The reality is that your ego is fragile, and because it's fragile, you are willing to dress it up. You know what I mean? Smell really good, look good, smell good, but you're broke on a whole nother level. And I don't say that in any way to be insulting. I say it, laughing out loud, called a lot of work, right? It's called a lot of work, and nobody's got time for that. And I'm just saying that there's a freedom in being able to be yourself, right? And understand that the way that people get free is that you have to be vulnerable. You got to understand that some of you guys, your egos are fragile when people try to correct you. I've seen people who have had great, amazing teachers who really tried to support them, had their best interests at heart, and they just couldn't take the correction. And they just had to tell that teacher just one more thing. And I thought, well, you know what? You get what you get. If you don't get it, if your ego's fragile, folks don't have to come in your life and sow into you. No one has to. This is what I always think about. Nobody has to, care about your success. Nobody has to care about your family doing better. When you meet people who care about your results and care about you, then you need to zip your lips and listen and be grateful in opposed to feeling a certain kind of way about it. I'm not talking about people who are imposing their living on you. I'm talking about people that want you to achieve success because they see that in you. And when your ego is fragile, you cannot receive what people see in you. So you might be thinking, oh, like somebody wants something from me. Oh, okay. Somebody's talking down to me because your ego is fragile. And as a result of that, you can't even receive greatness when it's coming to you. I just want to break down why you might be stuck in that area. And number 8, this is the last thing. Number 8 is that, maybe you're stuck because you forgot that life is abundant and there are like so many opportunities. And that's for you, those of you who are looking at your neighbor to the right and looking to the left. And every time you look at what other people are doing inside of you, your stomach drops, you're feeling less than, you're sighing within because you believe that what they have, you can't have, or there's no more. And I'm telling you that is more a function of your esteem. It is really a function of your inner game. And I think you guys see the theme here that if you are stuck, likely it is because of how you think. Your inner game is not matching the outer reality that we want to create. But you will never be able to build big bridges unless you understand within you that you are a bridge. Like you've got to put those things inside of you first in order for you to even see the plan to construct an amazing bridge. And so many people don't get this. Life is abundant. There are tons of people out there you work with. Tons of great opportunities. There's no such thing as all gone. There's no room. So wherever you heard that, I'll tell you that comes from a place of people not understanding that, or being secure within themselves to understand that, there is plenty. There's plenty. You know what I mean? I have a great coaching practice, but there's so many people out here to coach. Like, are you kidding me? Like, there's plenty for you. There's plenty for me and millions of other people. And that you've got to understand. And those of you who are fighting for the same things, maybe you're going to the same networking groups over and over again, or you believe you only need to work with these people. You need to only do these things. You believe that, oh my gosh, if they have this, you can't have that. I'm telling you, you got to work on your inner game. The reason that you might be stuck was the topic of the scope today. I hope that it supported you. Just to quickly recap, I covered already, if you're not teachable or coachable, you're that yeah, but person. Yeah, but. Somebody's trying to teach you something, and you're like, yeah, but. You're not listening. And this is why you're in the exact place that you are right now. I just want to call it out for what it is. Or you struggle from learning from people who have more success. You think they think they're all that. No, you think they're all that, and you struggle with that, and you got to understand that. Or maybe you suffer from feeling successful yourself. You have guilt around your own success. And as a result of that, you are stuck. You don't want to attract people who are your ambition level and above because you feel in some way, oh no, I'm supposed to help every single person in the world. You're supposed to qualify the people who you're supposed to help so that when you sow your gifts into them, they can go and plant and help other people. And so many of you are trying to drag people along who have no interest at all in really valuing the seeds that you want to plant. Come on, let's get clear. Number 2, your attitude stinks, right? Another reason that you might be stuck. Attitude stinking. You're thinking that the way that you filter what is said, how it's said, and the meaning of things is wrong. It's just twisted. And it's based on you not reading, not investing in your mindset. And as a result of that, because you think small, the way you process what's going on is small too. The language is small, and it's why you play at that level is because of your lack of self-investment inside of yourself, inside of your mind. Number 3, it is understanding that you might have made an investment, right? You may have made an investment, but you know what? You don't implement. And so the reason you are stuck isn't because you haven't invested in coaching. It's because you didn't do anything with what you invested in. It's because you won't do the work consistently. That's how you show up. And you want to make everybody else wrong. You want to make your husband wrong. You want to say he's not supporting you. You want to make your wife wrong. You want to say she's not supporting you. You want to make your kids wrong. You want to say they're making too much noise. You want to say the situation's wrong. You don't have a place to work. You know what? I'm telling the truth. You want to make your teachers wrong. Oh, they're going too fast. I don't have enough instruction. Whatever it is. But the fact of the matter is the reason that you didn't do it is because you won't do the work. And I just want to break it down for you because the very things that you say you can't do, there are people doing every single day. So you need to do a checkup from the neck up and get clear about that. Number 4, it's for those of you, or number 3, part 2, it's for those of you who will not make an investment. You've been trying to coach yourself for years and years and years and years, and it has not worked because you are trying to save money, and in reality, you need to measure the money, the cost of you not making an investment, the teaching that can really shorten your learning curve. And I want to break that down to you who are serious. You say you're serious about not being investments like a person that is serious. You're the your dream number one thing, and that is you're not investing. It's not serious. You've been playing, thinking, acting so low. When you hang around people who really struggle, you feel people acting funny, different time, appreciation, and with